Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the sound test room. Yes, guys, there's a brand new synth in town. Yes, awesome. FRMS. It's a granular synthesizer, but it's a lot more than just a granular synthesizer. Yes. So this is from Imaginando. The guys who brought us the marvelous GRC. Hey. And I'm going to give you a bit of a tutorial and guide. I literally received this synthesizer about an hour ago, because I was going to do the let's record into Cubasis with audio, but we can do that tomorrow. So who's here? Let me see. Hoz's here. Arthur's here. Yes, very good advice, Arthur. Very, very good advice indeed. Hey, Colin's here as well. And Daniel's here. Hi. So this is a brand new synth. Brand new. Now, I'm going to show you how all this works, and literally got this about an hour ago. So this will basically show you how simple it is for you to start actually programming this thing. It's absolutely marvelous. There's 4 layers. This is kind of like 4 oscillators, if you like. Now, don't worry about the 2 separate layers. At the moment, I have this little blue icon locked like this. So as I swap around, we're referring to the different layers. So I have the wave set for the top, and the basic controls set for the bottom. You see control and waveform. We could have controls set for the top, and it would be the same as we went through. But we don't want that. I'm going to have waveform set for the top, or I could have waveform set for the bottom and control set for the... They give you lots of choice. You also have your envelope section here. Marvelous matrix. Marvelous. LFOs, your modifiers, arpeggiator, and your global settings, basically. Yes. So, anyway, awesome. I'm going to put this back on control. How this works, righty-o. You can see here that this says waveform here, or input. We can live audio input as well, but we can't because I haven't got a microphone plugged into my audio interface. But if I did, I can record audio in. Now, I must say there's a disclaimer here, guys. Imaginando, at the moment, you cannot import your own waves. There are plenty. You can record your audio in, but you can't import your own waves. You will be able to do this in the future. They've released this. It's multi-platform, so I think it's actually free on Android. But you get an absolute slew. I mean, look at all this. You get loads and loads of presets, even to start with, right? So this is called Craps. And I'm going to show you how all this works and how you can change everything out. You can also, if you want to, you see this little button here, you can hit this and then you can import all these waveforms that are included. So let's put it like, let's extend this. So listen to the sound as it is, and let's drop it like it's hot in this fave slot. And we can solo it. So let's change that to something else. Let's ethereal sounds load. It's very loud there, so let's turn the level down. Cut off. It's active. We've soloed it. Let's unsolo it. So it's very easy to change out. But guys, it's not just a granular synth. No. You see where it says engine here, engine, and it says GRN granular. If we hit this, we're in oscillator mode now. Oh, you see that's changed. So let's solo it. Okay. Let's change the wave. Let's move the EG up. We've got some envelope going on here, modulation going on here, I reckon. So you see, no waveform. But now let's blend this back in. Daniel's here, Paul's here, hi pal, and Synth Widow's here, hi Joe, Dean's here, and iOS Tracon's here, and Wall's here too, hi Wall. So this is a marvellous thing. But let's take this back to our grain engine. And let's get to something a little bit more. Let's put something else in here. What's this one? Dragon Weights. And let's solo that. So here's the solo of that wave. You can see we can move with the offset. So we can move the wave along here. We can increase the actual density and the size and the window of operation. And we'll also have some, so we'll get onto a sound. Let's go to an initialized patch here. Default. Nothing there at all. Let's put a waveform in. Boink, like this. Let's put in this, I don't know, let's get back up there. Let's put an accordion in. Bang, like that. Okay, so let's offset the wave. Let's make the size bigger. To increase the density. Now it's going backwards, forwards, backwards. Well, you see, we could go to the next one. There's nothing there. Let's put another wave in there. Let's put Alien Cafe in. Let's load that up. Very quickly, you've made a nice granular soundscape. Let's put some reverb in here. And delay. Let's go to our envelope section and whack up some of the old, let's take the curve down there, like that, and this. Let's have some release going on, I think. Yep, no, like that. And in the third engine, let's make the third engine, let's see. Let's go to control. Let's make it a oscillator. Let's go to our envelope here. Let's go back because that's too loud. So let's go back to our control and whack down level. And let's give that some nice reverb and delay as well. Okay, so it's really straightforward. Okay, going back to layer one, let's go to another patch. Let's try this one now. Beld belled. Now at the moment you can see that the two little padlock icons are locked together. So that means, depending on how we have our view set, so this is the waveform for layer 1, and this is the control for layer 1. But if we unlock the actual waveforms, the actual view, we can move through the different controls and waveforms independently of changing either or. So that would be, for instance, that would be waveform for number 3, which is clearly a synth engine by the looks of it. And then this would be the waveform for number 2, but still the control for number 3. And this would be the control for that particular wave there on number 2. Saving patches couldn't be easier. You just put it, that says my belled because we've just changed it, but we could save it as something else. All we literally need to do is the usual thing and rename it there if you want to. It tells you where it's stored to, and it's done. And if we go to patches now, you will see if I go to local, there's I did this one earlier called the Krelment. The Krelment. Let's offset this a bit. And of course we have control over the tuning of each individual. Let's lock these back up so we're not kind of... I like them locked. Okay, that's so far I've been playing with it and I thought it makes much more sense to me to have this locked. So this is if you're going to record audio in. So like I said, if I had a microphone plugged into the actual audio fuse, we could record our own samples in, etc. But like I said, and I must state again, they asked me to say that at the moment you can't import your own waves, but that's coming. So, you know, your own samples. So increasing the density will increase the amount of kind of pulses on the grain. So you've got one there, see? If we solo it, you'll hear it. Okay, so it makes sense to show you it like this. That just makes the window of operation bigger, see? It's almost like a kind of its own envelope. And then we can increase the size. And we can run it all the way to the end. And of course, if we increase the density of the pulses for the grain, see, we're firing off more regularly now. So if we really bump that up, let's run the size back down a little bit. Now this is nice. The offset is very cool. So we've run the size back down. Now, of course, this is where you can really get into serious sort of granular synthesis. Okay, so let's move the offset along to a little bit around here. So that'll just offset the actual size that you've got your grain setter. You can have mono or stereo. Can't make any difference to you guys because you're hearing this in mono, of course. Hello, Paul, the musician is here. How's here? So yeah, granular synthesizer is a lot of fun. Here we got amp spread. Let's just run this backwards a little bit. So let's move the size back, the offset back down here. I'll show you the matrix. It's very cool. So the matrix, you have, obviously, you have your sources, which will be your LFO 1, 2, 3, and 4, and an envelope generator 1 and 2. I think they're your sources. And then your destinations. Now, always pitch is the best way to show you how this works. So we can set this on pitch for LFO 1, and we can drag this up. This is your amount. So you can actually see it's a LFO 1 FM amount, but you need an amount. But this is very cool now, right? So here's the LFO. It's going very, very slow. We can speed this up. You're going to hear this drastically. And then you have different LFO shapes. Now, don't forget, at the moment, I have this, go to control, set on solo. So here's the rest of it. So what's going on with the rest of it? Let's have a look. Solo that. That's another audio file. Right, so let's this time set LFO2 to the offset here, and let's give it some. This, we're going to be moving our offset now, which is very cool, and let's give it a large amount actually. Epic stuff. Let's go and look at the modifiers. Look at LFO2. Let's set it at random. Very cool. Very, very cool. It's a super synth. Let's look at our control again. Let's bang off the solo and... Of course, we could set our modifiers, our LFOs or our matrix to also control the actual size as well, I guess, if we look at the size. So size there, let's put in LFO1 to control, actually, let's put in LFO3 to control the size. Whoa. And then let's have a look at LFO3, see what it's doing. Let's put that on guess it does really make this super simple to actually program your own stuff. I don't know what that does. Oh, that's right. Preset shuffle. Okay, so let's go to factory and let's have a listen to some of these sounds. Oh, this is a good one. Must watch me volume though, because it's quite there. I guess with an app like this, you'd be wanting to really dig in and have a mess around once you've sussed out how it actually works, which is nice. But the fact that you can just, go in here and knock out any of the other. Knock out any of the waveform that are already in there. It's very cool. It's Midge here. Hi, Midge. Oh my God, I'm in the shower with Midge. We've been notified, by the way, from the NHS. I'm sure Joe will read you the email, the text. We get texts from the NHS that I am one of the 1.5 million who are at serious risk of catching COVID-19, and I've now been informed, I think, to self-isolate for 12 weeks. Piece of piss for me, that 12 weeks. I've already self-isolated for way longer than that. But yes, I think Joe will tell you if she's listening to the stream still. Yeah, 12 weeks at least. Yeah, Joe's going to self-isolate with me as well, and our daughters will do our shopping for us. Well, our other daughter's in Brighton. Charlie will do our shopping for us, and she'll leave it on the doorstep, sort of thing. Otherwise, me and Joe wouldn't be able to, get down with my love. We wouldn't need to touch. We need to self-isolate. We need to keep apart and stuff like that, which would be a bit grim, really. You know what I mean? Have to sleep in separate rooms, and Probably get me letter tomorrow. It's because I've got everything you're not supposed to have. I'm diabetic. I've got COPD. And I'm on loads of autoimmune suppressant therapy for the rest of my life. You know what I mean? So, anyway. Very nice. We've done this. What's this? God, don't you love granular synthesis? I do. What's got going on here? I'm 1.5 million. God, that's epic. I like that. Awesome stuff. Oh. It's got like that. What I'll do with that, I think, is gonna run the offset back a bit. Awesome stuff. So I mean, theoretically, if you wanted to just do make it a basic synth patch, you can do that. It's easy to do that just with using the oscillators instead of using it as a subtractive synth instead of using it as a granular synth as well, or a mixture of both. So it's very cool bananas. So what's this? Let's see. Oh yeah. Apparently it's got an arpeggiator as well. Let's have a look. Modifiers. Ooh, aye. That's how you change the rate. Let's latch that. Let's have a mess. Yeah, let's set LFO1 to run that offset. Go to our matrix. LFO1 on the offset. This is easy though. Look, this one's easy, Stephen. Nice. This is really straightforward. It really is. It's straightforward stuff. Be great when you can import your own as well, which is coming, by the way. Is the developer here? No, he's not. You know they are, though. They're the guys who bring us the massive DRC synth. Bring out your dead. It's appropriate, isn't it? That really is quite grim. You'll be able to import samples into this as well. I've got Quanta, never imported a sample into it in my life. It's unlikely I'll ever import one into this. Oh. Joe's just said the country's now on lockdown. Do you know what? This is because people completely ignored the advice and carried on without the social distancing and stuff like that. So now they've enforced it clearly, obviously. Oh, see, this is nice. Fab sound. Yeah, I think we should have locked down sooner, personally. But there you go. It's probably easier for me to say, isn't it? But just to be safe, I just think people didn't pay enough attention to what was being said to them, and it was inevitable, really, wasn't it? Gosh, let's scoop down. Oh! I like that one. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Lovely, like that. Oh, it's a fab synth. Tons and tons. Look, we're only on H. This is really very, 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 very good. And that point, you people, I shall leave you this evening to enjoy the rest of your evening and contemplate lockdown. And hopefully we shall continue to be able to stream. Too many to go through, guys. Look at them. And I guess it's when people start to load up their own. Awesome. Top job, cool beans, guys. Thanks for joining me. And sorry about the bad news halfway through kind of thing, about lockdown and about me having being in a vulnerable thing. So, you know, there you go. We shall carry on streaming regardless, as long as we possibly can. Yes, we shall fight the good fight. Okay, so let's see. Right. Thank you very, very much, guys. Like I said, I'll give you a minute or two to say ta-ra to each other. Hopefully, I'll see you sometime tomorrow. And, yeah, stay safe, stay well, and be cool. Yes. See you guys later. Ta-ta.